What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to talk about One Piece magazine promos. Look, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I am an absolute sucker for magazine promos. Unashamedly so, no issues. I adore magazine promos. They make me very happy indeed. And it turns out that we have got actually 5 One Piece magazine promos that are being basically put into 2 different categories. And the first one is actually out. And it's out now. As in, it just came out today. If you buy the new issue of Jump magazine that released today, you can get yourself the first ever magazine promo, and I don't think I need to tell you at this stage that of course it features Monkey D. Luffy. I mean, I'm gonna tell you because, that's kind of where we are, but you probably could have guessed it. Now, for what it's worth, that issue of V-Jump actually does come with a grand starter book as well. It's a little kind of magazine within the magazine that tells you about the One Piece card game. It's kind of lovely. But the reason most of you are excited about buying it is for the Monkey D. Luffy promo card. And I'll be honest with you, when this was initially revealed, I translated it all by myself, and I am genuinely delighted that I was able to do so. What we've got here is a free cost 3,000 power character, Don X2. During your turn, this character gains 2,000 power. So essentially you attach 2 Don to gain 2,000 power, although do bear in mind that attaching a Don gets you an extra 1,000 power. So essentially if you attach 2 Don, you end up with a total of an extra 4,000 power. It's clearly a good thing, ladies and gentlemen. This is clearly something that makes us pretty happy. So yeah, it's not bad. It's a nice cheap character, and worth pointing out, generally speaking, your leaders have 5,000 power. That's what they've had so far. So if you want to be attacking into the leader, getting an attack through and therefore taking away life, which is of course the aim of the game, then clearly you want to be starting with 5,000 power. Do please remember that in One Piece a tie goes to the attacker. But if I attach 2 Don to Monkey D. Luffy, I go up to 5,000 power. Then my skill kicks in and I go up to 7,000 power, at which point my opponent's got to counter up 3,000 power just to stop my attack going through. That ain't bad, ladies and gentlemen. That ain't bad at all. So this is something that I would recommend rather highly indeed. Or at least, I'm not saying it's going to be the best card ever. I'm absolutely saying it's worth having a test with. Like I said, this comes out in the most recent issue of V-Jump over in Japan. That came out today. It is the September issue. Does also come with a Yu-Gi-Oh card and a Dragon Ball Heroes card, if that's the kind of stuff you're into. In terms of ordering this, I mean, look, sometimes you can find it on Amazon Japan, and it will deliver internationally, although trying to find it is a bit of a pain. It's not there at the moment. There are proxy addresses, etc., or the promo card will clearly show up on eBay, and it won't be a ridiculous price. So yeah, there are plenty of ways to try and get this. If you're confident ordering from Japan like I am, my magazine's, it's in the post. I'm going to be getting it in early next week. If you're not, check out eBay and Facebook. People will be selling this on eBay. People will be selling it on Facebook. It will be easy enough to get hold of. And this is the first magazine promo. I'll talk at the end about the fact these are going to be coming to English. They have to be. We'll get to that in a minute. But we've also got a set of 4 promos which is going to be coming out in next month's Jump magazine. I know, this is the one I am very, very excited about because they're coming out as a foursome. Now, this is the September issue, which is going on sale on the 4th of August. And now, to be clear, it's V-Jump and Jump. Generally speaking, these are the magazines that you're going to be getting One Piece promos in. We have seen them in Card Gamer for other magazines or other games, but it is worth pointing out Card Gamer don't seem to be making new issues anymore, which makes me sad. So, yeah, that's something to bear in mind. And you'll also notice from the cover here, there are other promos as well for other games, so this is stuff to get excited about. And they just did a Digimon promo on last month's or the current month's issue of Psycho Jump. So me and that magazine, we're having a little bit of a bromance right now. It's a big book, incidentally. It's cheap, but it's like 400 pages. It's a fat book. But what you get when you buy that magazine is a set of 4 promos, which have been translated by the lovely Rust Marrow. Well, obviously, they've been translated by the lovely Rust Marrow. And we got Monkey D. Luffy, we got Trafalgar Law, we have got ourselves Yamato, and we've got ourselves Kaido, who apparently is a dragon. Who knew? Okay, look, I'm behind on watching the show, alright? I will, I promise I will. So what we've got here is Monkey D. Luffy, 4 cost 5,000 power, counter plus 1,000. And Don, X1, attach 1 Don. This character cannot be KO'd in battles with strike leaders or characters. That's kind of cool. Now, worth pointing out, in the top right-hand corner, there is that symbol, which you can see on Monkey D. Luffy is strike. Now, they don't do a huge amount, these symbols, but essentially they fit into particular skills like this. A lot of the time, that strike in the top right-hand corner does nothing and means nothing. But now, all of a sudden, Monkey D. Luffy, if you're in a battle of strike leaders or characters, they can't KO you, and that's a very good thing. Just means you're going to be able to stay on the field a little bit longer, and that's a very, very nice thing indeed. Now, Yamato obviously is one of the secret rares in Romance Dawn. Also goes and gets a promo card here, which is lovely. Oh, as a side note, if anyone didn't notice, the V Jump Luffy is promo 6. Obviously, the promo pack is promos 1 to 5. Then Luffy from V Jump is 6, and these are promos 7, 8, 9, 10. So these are the only 10 promos so far. We're going in order, we haven't missed any. Now, Yamato here is 3 cost 5,000 power. Incidentally, that's what we would expect from a vanilla character, but there's no counter here. And activate main, rest this character to rest up to 1 2 cost or less enemy character. Basically, you're about as stats-wise, you're in line with a vanilla character, but you can rest Yamato to then rest one of your opponent's characters. Now, it's 2 or less, but we've seen 1 cost blockers, and we've seen a bunch of others. And remember that rested characters can be attacked and KO'd, but active characters can't. Yeah, this seems like a skill that could be rather useful. Now, Trafalgar Law comes in as a 6 cost 7,000 power character. For anyone that's wondering, this is slash, not strike, the logo in the top right-hand corner. And when you play, if your opponent has 6 or more cards in hand, they must add 1 of their life to their hand. How cool is that? I mean, basically, it's an awkward one, and it's not a cheap card, a 6 cost card, but this is brilliant. Now, don't get me wrong, adding a life to their hand is, it's quite a lot. Obviously, it means that they get an extra card, but it also means they've got 1 less life out, which means you're closer to winning the game. I love this. This is absolutely brilliant. And of course, potentially playing several of these in one turn if you've got skills that can allow you to add extra Dawn or activate Dawn or whatever. This seems like a card that could come out as a surprise and win the game. I really like this. And then we've got ourselves Kaido, 8 cost 9,000 power. Remember, purple have lots of skills where we add Dawn, etc. And that means they tend to be more expensive. For anyone's wondering, it is special, the logo in the top right-hand corner. And at the end of your turn, gain 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck, active. Yeah, you're getting an extra Dawn. Like I say, purple tends to be very expensive. So this is cool. This is very, very nice. And obviously, purple has lots of skills that put Dawn back into your Dawn deck. So being able to then get them back out again straight away seems really good. These all have the potential to be pretty good playable cards. And that's kind of cool. Now, couple of questions we need to ask ourselves about these magazine promos. Is it unfair that magazine promos could end up being too good? Yes. And actually, there is a thing over in Digimon at the moment where there are a bunch of cards that are legal in Japan but are not legal in other Asian territories, and that's because they're magazine promos. There is an excellent chance that the 5 cards I've showed you in today's video will not be legal in Asian countries other than Japan, because that is exactly what happened to Digimon magazine promos, and as I've told you a bunch, Bandai are following the model for Digimon very closely. Hey, well, see, if they're not going to be legal, why even put them in magazines? Because it's promotion. The kind of people like you and I that watch anime and play card games, they read V-Jump and they read Psycho Jump. So putting promo cards in those magazines in Japan, and bear in mind print media is a lot bigger of a deal in Japan than it is over here, that's a good thing, which is a really good idea. So yeah, it's really, really good for promotion. So this is exactly what they should be doing. Hey, Wassy, how are we going to get them over here? I don't know exactly, but we're going to get them. Because if we look at the pre-release that we just had very recently for BT8 in English, oh look, your pre-release promo is Gamamon. What's interesting about that Gamamon? It was a Psycho Jump promo. So that seems like a very, very sensible thing at this stage. That's the kind of thing they tend to do. It is interesting that in the early days of the Digimon TCG, there were 3 pairs of magazine promos. And what happened was that when we did a thing, with Digimon we did this thing where the first 3 sets in Japan were condensed into 2 sets that were released very close together over here to help us catch up. And in both of those sets, you got a box topper pack that gave you one of those pairs of promos. They could do that over here, so we could get a box topper pack that gave you either one of the 4 Psycho Jump promos or, you know, a pair of them. But one way or another, they're either going to be pre-release promos or tournament promos or box topper promos or whatever. They've done a bunch of Digimon magazine promos over in Japan, and they've all found their way out over here. At this stage, it would be an absolutely gigantic surprise if we didn't get these promos. We're going to get them, right? We know that at this stage, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. For now, I want to know what you think about these promos. I want to know how excited you are. I want to know anything you want to tell me, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy. That's where we talk One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far, the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassy Plays.